Hey guys, long story short, I filed a lawsuit against the previous owners of my house because there are so many problems that they hid from me intentionally that I would have to actually pay more in repairs than the house actually cost me in the first place. So that would double the price of the house, which is not an option for me. So now, what I'm gonna do is, well, since I want to move to a smaller house once the whole lawsuit is over, I am gonna get rid of part of my collection. Plus, I realized that I tend to, like designing puzzles, but then I don't play with them as much, and I don't really feel the need to keep them because I want to be more minimalistic in my approach to general life. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna sell my whole collection and take this opportunity to make a collection video, which is going to be extremely difficult for me because I have to remember the names of every single puzzle I designed, which is not something that I'm very good at. So let's begin. Let's go over this. So on the top story, I've got the top floor. I've got this twisted 11 by 11 handmade. Also, yeah, just to clarify, for those that I'm selling, I'm just gonna put like a price tag somewhere on the video. And that's just the minimum, well, that's just the base price, and if you want, we can negotiate. So this is the twisted 11 by 11. I've got the 2 by 2 by 50, the 33 by 33. Difficult to negotiate on that one. There's gonna be the 1 by 11 by 11, so the crazy floppy cube that this is. Okay, just to clarify, some are missing stickers. I'm definitely gonna put some new stickers before I, sell anything. So this is the King of the Tetrahedra that I published just before, the 33 by 33. Then I've got my edge-turning rhombic tricantahedron. I've got the Gear Master Pentultimates. And I've got like a Megaminx helicopter hybrid in the shape of a rhombic tricantahedron, which is the combo Kerfat Rotri. I've got this 2 by 2 by 4 Christmas tree and this 3 by 3 Christmas ornaments. The 2 by 2 Eiffel Towers right there. I've got this hexagonal nightmare, which is something I will never solve in my life because it's way too difficult. This one is transparent, so it's even harder. And this is actually a puzzle I got at Dutch Cube Day, so obviously I'm not going to sell that one. I got it this year. It's actually like a fractal puzzle where you've got, well, there you go. You're going to have to solve it. The parts look like this, so you have to figure it out. And, well, now I have to figure it out. Then I've got the custom puzzles that weren't made by me, so I've got the bump, so the mirror 4x4 by Twisty Tex, which is really cool. I've got the Tetrahedron Megaminx by Nathan Wilson. I've got this Borg mirror cube, which is incredible. Then I've got David Pictures, which I just got this one. Anyways, these two floors right. Oh, I mean, sorry, these two. I forgot the name. I have only puzzles that were made by other people, so I'm probably not gonna let many of them go. I've got Trifum's Rex Tetrahedron. I've got a homemade like floppy Michael Jordan's floppy cube, I guess. This is from Diogo. It's actually a puzzle I just got. I traded my bubble like rhombic dodecahedron for this one. So the Bubble Minx for this one, which is another Bubble Minx technically, and I think that one's really incredible. There's the Twisted Gigaminx. There's this, speaking of which, I still haven't received the Twisted Terraminx and Megaminx that I ordered 2 years ago, so I'm gonna have to call David up. There's this Axis 3x3 Curvy, which is really cool. There you go. The 3x3x5. That one is one of my favorite 3x3x5s ever made because the shapes are just so cool. Then there's the helicopter, what's that shape called? It's like a dual tetrahedron. And there's a barrel 5x5, which I really like. I've got a few things from Oscar, so with gears, which I'm probably not going to try turning too much, but this one is the one that you can flex and turn. And this is like an impossible 7-gear ring. Then I've got handmade 3x3 mods. Those are amazing. There's even like the little stand right there. Those are made from ED cubes. I've got the Alien 3x3, the ED sort of ghost Pyramorphics, sorry. I've got the seeds right there, Master Seed, regular seed. I've even got two, well, I put them together, but this one isn't handmade. This one is handmade by Twisty Tex. It's like these spinner floppy cubes. I've got this house 2x2 from Oliver, this 2x2x3 but sliding, just like my sliding 3x3x2. I've got the 2 puzzles from Raphael as well. Well, this one is one I actually made before that, but I forgot the name. It's like just FTI octahedron or something. Sorry, FTO icosahedron, the opposite. And this is actually just a Fisher face-turning octahedron. It's fissured along this axis right there. Alright, so that's for the custom puzzles not made by me. Honestly, this is crazy. This is also by ED Cubes. Everything behind there is by ED Cubes. It's crazy. It's like so much hand work, you know, it's like just insane for me. There's my, okay, so this is like a bandaged Terminx in the shape of like a pentagonal anti-prism. This is the Hex Ultimates, so it's actually a very deep cut Dino hexagonal prism. Then there's the Pentax, which is extremely difficult to scramble. For now, only one person has managed to get more than 4 moves. I've got my Elite Kilominx, the first one ever made. The Dino Pentultimates, I've got this, well, the original, I guess, Clover dodecahedron, unbandaged. I've got this Master Starminx 2, edge turning. The Starminx 3, which is corner turning but deep cut, well, deeper cut than the other corner turning Starminx. I've got this cross Starminx, circle Starminx, sorry. The first Speed Megaminx ever designed, that was actually supposed to be mass produced. That was the first prototype for, I think it was Wheateeden or Calvin's Puzzles, I think. But we never made it because we got beaten by MF8. Then there's this one, I forgot the name, Orion, I think. Yeah, I think it's Orion because this was the Constellation 1, and there was also another one that was the Constellation 2, but I have it on my, how do you call this, the table in my bedroom. Damn it, whatever. Just leave a comment. Then I've got this, this baby face 2x2 in the shape of a dodecahedron. I've got another Constellation 1. I've also got a Tangram Minx, which is the Tangram Extreme, but in the shape of a dodecahedron and with the mechanism of a 5-sided, well, 10-sided, technically, Tangram Cube, which is pretty cool. I've got this floppy junior, well, floppy Kilominx, basically. Then I have this Hexicle, I think, is the name I gave it, which is like a side-turning thingy. It's like a floppy, but in 2 directions and on 2 different planes, I guess. Then there's this corner-turning pentagonal prism. This, damn it, floppy pentagonal prism. It's actually very difficult to go this fast from puzzle to puzzle. Then there's this, okay, the Shuriken. This is a corner, sorry, a helicopter's cube shape mod into a hexagonal prism. There you go. There's the Constellation 3, aka Compounds Cube. There you go. I was gonna say Cube Fusion, which is just terrible. There's those, two-faced cubes. The Hide and Seek Cube, which disappears when you look at it from a certain angle. This is what I was talking about earlier. The sliding 3x3x2. The helicopter 2x2x4, right there. The floppy 1x5x5, so the Professor Floppy Cube. Then there's the Mental Flop, the smaller one. The 16 or 15 puzzle, but 4x4. Now this is a 1x2x3 with extra turns, which is the 1x2x3 plus. This is just a full spinner 3x3. Like when you hold it here, you can spin it like a spinner. So it's a spinner in all directions. I have this right here, which is the Daffodil, I think. Which turns like this and like a 2x2, whoops, like this and like a 2x2. Then I've got a split 3x3x4, one of my first designs ever. The Scooby Cube, because cubies are overrated, so why not put functional Scoobies instead. I've got the Hyper X. This is the only puzzle that I've never featured on my channel because I actually uploaded it on the wrong channel at the time. I had 2, so that was a mistake. There's the 3x5x7 right there. And the dual Pillarminx, the Pillarminx double. and a 19mm 1x2x2. This is for you, Nathan. Then there's the hexacle, or yeah, hexacle, I think, yeah. Then there's the Maison helicopter cube, which is a helicopter cube turned back into a cube after the Maison pattern. There's my helicopter 3x3, yeah, 3x3. It always looks like a 4x4, so confusing. There's a Dino, it's actually not a Dino 2x2, it looks like a Dino 2x2, but it's actually like an O cube, where this turns independently. I don't know if I can turn it, but yeah, this section of 3 turns like a Dino cube as well. So it's just like a master Dino cube, or at least like a lattice cube without the corners. Then there's the 5x5 Dino cube. This is one of my favorite puzzles to play with. I think it makes for a great solve, and it doesn't lock up or anything. Then there's the helicopter, the compound helicopter, which is a 2-depth helicopter cube. So you've got this, these deep turns, well, which aren't deep at all, but whatever. But you've got some really shallow turns, which is why I'm saying this. And there's 4 shallow turns, 8 deep turns. There's a 3x5x5. Then there's the 2, what's the name again? Oh, I'm not gonna find the name for those. There's the fake one and the real one, but I forgot. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do with. So if you can remember the names, please put them in the description below. I'm still gonna, well, you know, it's not even gonna be necessary. I'm just gonna put them up here somewhere. But yeah, it's frustrating not to remember. Anyways, on to the next step. Well, I've moved a lot of things because I am getting rid of a lot of the collection, so everything here is empty. There is the octahedron 7x7, which is actually handmade, one of my rare mods. I've got the 5x5 mod right there, which has a 4x4 mod with the 5x5 parts inside that are visible. I've got one mirror 2x2x3, the mirror cube. I've got the, what's it called? The 6 corners of the world cube from Oliver and I. There's this 1x1x3. And then there's this Lego puzzle I made back in the day where you actually put these in the sliding parts and you can just slide the Legos and it scrambles up pretty fast. There's a baby face 2x2. This is a very old design of mine. This is one of my first designs as well. Oh, this is so old. There's the mini helicopter cube. Oldest design of my, well, oldest version of this puzzle. The worst one, but it's a good, you know, it's a good memorabilia. So then there's this split 3x3x2 that I never stickered. There's one that I actually modded, the first prototype of this, the Fisher floppy cube, which is actually my first mod ever, I think. Probably. I mean, it looks like it. Then there's the bizarre barrel, and those two, those are actually void 6x6s that I never finished because they weren't that great, but they all work and they are all fully functional. This one, and they work like void 6x6s, nothing else. So those, considering, are probably some of my best designs, my most complex ones at least. There's the void dino cube, the 1x3x5 barrel, which is so old and so ugly. This is actually a prototype for a circle 7x7 that I made a long time ago. Didn't work out that well, even though I polished the parts. Well, I got them polished by Brandon Enright. This is the first ever prototype for the lattice cube, which has been mass produced. I will be showing you this later on. And there's my fortress cube, which is my first very simple, like, cut and glue mod. This is old. I bet the stickers, they don't hold onto the plastic anymore. Like if I start rubbing it, which I'm not gonna do, it's just gonna break. Then I've got, alright, those split 3x3x2 icosahedrons. This is my Nomec Magnets Pentultimate. I really like this one because it's actually stabilized by a sphere on the inside that's also 3D printed, and it works using only magnets. There's my first ever puzzle that is definitely not going to be up for sale. This is my first 3D printed puzzle, and it is a pentagonal prism, just a regular classic pentagonal prism with a VMech. First time I used a VMech. This is my Pyraminx crystal. I've heard that it turns better than the original one, but this one is mini. There's a mini 24 cube, very difficult design to make. There are 2 mini Prisminxes, and the mini master pentultimate, 195 parts in a very small volume. This is smaller than a regular mini 3x3. Then there's the octagonal domino, the hexagonal split domino, the split pentagonal domino, another 2 split 3x3x2s, including one with a really cool sticker pattern right there. There's a 1x2x3, 1x2x5. My first ever mini mod, which is a 3x3 barrel. And there's the mini Dino Star right there. My quartet. Oh, this is actually my first 3D printed puzzle, sorry. This is the first puzzle that I made that actually has a proper mechanism and not just spindles. Micro face-turning rhombic dodecahedron, missing a part because it's broken. There's this mini Alex's cheese, I think it's called. The capsule right there, which is one of my first designs as well. The first was actually printed in FDM. I've got 2 micro square ones that are actually functional in competition. They're 12 millimeters to an edge. And now come the puzzles that aren't mine. By the way, just to remind you, I didn't mention that, but I will be making like a spreadsheet so that you know like which puzzle is still available and which puzzle isn't, because there's just too many puzzles to count. Now there's this. This is just incredible. This is like a Giga Tutminx. This puzzle is insane. It's like the size of my head. I love it. But I'm not selling that one. Then there's my original multi-cubes, and these are actually colors that were never mass produced. So there's only one in the world, I think, for a few of those colors. There's a purple one. This is my favorite. Now there's the lattice cubes, that's what I was talking about, you know, with the first prototype down there. These are puzzles that aren't for sale anymore because Wit Eden, the company that produced them, never paid me royalties for it, and they kind of had a loss. So that's why they refused to pay royalties, which wasn't correct in my opinion, but whatever. Yeah, I still have a few of those, 4 of them, like 2 black ones and 2 multicolored ones. I've got those Clover dodecahedra. Actually, Leslie was kind enough, the guy who produced those was kind enough to give me them because he was working on them at the same time as I made this one, and just because he was a fair player, he agreed to give me all of that as compensation for my design, which is really cool because I didn't really do anything with him. So this is a signed Pyraminx limited edition from signed by Uwe Meffer, number 20. So that's a pretty rare puzzle. There's 2 Dino Stars, those are pretty rare as well, and these are like 2 extremely expensive collector's items. I actually have like this signed golden cube, signed by Tony Fisher right there, and I have now look at this, oh wow, I love this. I have a 20 color Dodgec, and this is just crazy. This is like one of the rarest puzzles out there, so I'm thrilled that I have this one. I haven't decided, I'm probably not going to sell it though. I don't know yet, so you'll see on the video. I have those 2 Master Balls, pretty old ones. This is actually for the 2016 World Cup. It's still not solved, probably need to get to it. I've got some old 3x3s, very old ones. The Orbit puzzle. This is like a Rubik's snake, I think it was Rubik's, I'm not sure. But this is like a snake puzzle. Then you've got 2 actual domino puzzles, but one of them is vintage, this one. And this one is just like a copy, but I wanted to put them together so you can see the difference. Like this one is slightly grayish, well, compared to this one, which is very clean. This is an unopened Zauberturm, which is it's like a puzzle where you bring the marbles up and down, and you can turn the top, well, the different layers to scramble it up. And there's this old 3x3 and the Supernova, which is like the old Megaminx, but that one's opened. And this is also not opened, Hungarian rings, and a very old 3x3. Now on to the next level. I've got a Tutminx right there. I've got this, I forgot the name, it's like a corner turning plus clover turning icosahedron. There's so many puzzles in there. So, Master Kilominx, Gigaminx, Master Kilominx. Yeah, also this one is a navy blue Master Kilominx. There's only one in the world because I made it. Then there's the Terraminx right there. This is, I don't remember the name, it's like just so big. It's basically the equivalent of a face, corner, and edge turning dodecahedron. So yeah, I'm not gonna go into detail, I forgot the name. There's this Starminx face turning. There's so much dust on it. There's this, well, see, that's why I'm selling those. There's this Dino dodecahedron, which is also technically a Starminx. There's the helicopter dodecahedron. There's a Master Pentultimate, a Megaminx, Kilominx. Then there's the crazy Comet, which is basically a face turning rhombic dodecahedron. There's those tips that are turning, and it's like a 3x3 as well. So it turns like this. There you go. So it's like some sort of like 5x5 shape mod, but not really. Then there's this rhombic dodecahedron 3x3, a mini cube dodecahedron. I really like that one. It's from Mefferts. Then there's the Jinx. It's like a circle Jinx Pyraminx. There's an old rainbow cube that I was supposed to mod but didn't, so it's pretty terrible. But it still works, so it just needs stickers. I've got this sort of ball puzzle thing. I forgot the name. And then I've got a Babyface 2x2, but in the shape of a dual tetrahedron. I've got this, which is essentially a flat twisty puzzle, which is cool. Dino dodecahedron, 5x5 tetrahedron, so Master Pyramorphix. Then I've got a Trignus, or Volcano, and the Gear Pyraminx, which is cool. That one is awesome. This is actually a 2x2, but with these turning tips right there, so it's like kind of like a Babyface 2x2, but so different. It's just, yeah, it's weird. It's the same as this puzzle, kind of, except there's like fused parts. And this is the same as this puzzle right there. Then I've got a Pyramorphix, the flat one, 2x2, so Junior Pyramorphix, Master Pyraminx. You never know, you have to turn them to know. Then I've got plenty of Pyraminxes right there. Pyraminxes, sorry. I have this one from which was mass produced from Trifoam's design, which is like a baby face. Well, it's just like a Dino Cube shape mod. Then there's this tetrahedron gear cube, mini Pyraminxes everywhere, and plenty of 3x3s that are pretty bad and that I would basically give away with any other package, including the Mollicube, which is, no, this one is actually fine. I like that one. Now there's one last one. Those dragon eggs, oh my god, those are so good. I am not getting rid of those. There's this puzzle here, which is a Professor Pyraminx. That is really cool. It's actually signed. Both of them are signed. I'm probably going to get rid of one, keep the other, and then get rid of the other later on. So I just still want to keep it for solving. I've got this signed Curvy Copter from Tom Z, because he's the one that designed this puzzle. I've got the same one with awesome outline stickers. Those are such a pain to sticker. You have to put them one by one. It's just such a pain to sticker, but it's a really cool puzzle. This is a Nightmare. Oh no! I thought it was a Nightmare Cube. That was the Nightmare Cube. This is actually the one that's magnetized the wrong way, just to, you know, piss people off, which is exactly what it's doing right now. What did I... Okay, there you go. But that's like the worst gift you could give to any cuber, so that's actually a pretty good puzzle. Then there's this Dino Barrel from Smaz, which is chrome plated, which is really cool. A signed 4x4x6, signed by Calvin. And I think Tom, I have a doubt. No, just Calvin. Then I've got this limited edition magnetic GTS2M from TC Cubes. And the Nightmare Bandage Cube, which is a cube that's only bandaged on the inside, so you can't see where it's bandaged, and that is just a nightmare, as the name states. Then I've got my Speed Cubes collection. Honestly, I've got, well, Speed Cubes. 11 by 11 is not really a Speed Cube, but I am indeed getting rid of some of those. This is an 11 by 11. I've got the 10 by 10. Yes, it's a 10 by 10. I've got a 9x9, 8x8, 7x7, another 7x7, 6x6, 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 5x5, 4, 4, 4, 4 everywhere, 3 everywhere, 2 everywhere. If you want like cubes or just a speed cube to go along something else, just let me know and I can list you the names of the speed cubes I have. I just don't remember those, and I don't want to go through every single 3x3. I've got a ready cube right there. So corner turning cube. Now this from Witeden, which is like a mix-up 4x4 type of puzzle. Another one from Witeden, the 3x3x9, which is not a real 3x3x9, but it's quite good. I've got this puzzle right there, which is pretty nice. It's a corner-turning dino cube shape mod thing. This is a deeper helicopter cube, deeper curvy-copter, but not like as deep as the curvy-copter 2. I think that's the curvy-copter 3. I've got this, which looks like my orchid, which I don't have anymore, but it's a face-turning and corner-turning cube, which is nice. I forgot the name. There's this one, which is clearly a copy of my hexicle, and I don't remember the name. It's like a Tangram Extreme or something. So I do remember the name. There's the Cube for You 3x3x7, and I showed this one. So there's the 3x3x4. There's a 2x2x6 right there. Pretty cool. I actually never played with that one. There's a 3x3x7 right there. There's an Axis Cube, a Windmill Cube, a Tangram Cube, just a classic, not extreme, classic. There's a mix-up cube, I think. No, that's actually other than mix-up. I forgot the name of that series, Bermuda Cubes, I think. So yeah, I didn't forget. There's a 3x4x4 mix-up cube, classic. 3x4x5, Rex Cube, Dino Cube, Ice Cube, which is cold. There's a Square 2. This is like a curvy copter plus dino cube. It's actually really cool. I need to try to solve this before I let it go. There's this one, I forgot the name. It's from Very Puzzle. It's a sliding puzzle, and it looks really complicated, so I never really tried to solve it. There's this is really cool. This is a Hexaminx from Tony Fisher, Trayfun, Calvin's Puzzles, and basically everyone in the world worked on it. Then there's the Ghost 3x3, but that has like a really cool texture. Then plenty of mirror cubes, 2x2, 3x3. The fused 3x3, making like a 3x3x5 mirror cube over there. And I'm gonna need to move this as well. And in there you've got some bump, like, you know, square-shaped pentagonal floppy cubes. The ones I used to make the floppy cube earlier in that direction. Many golden cubes, you never know. You've got the 24 cube, one of the first prototypes, the face-turning octahedron, just regular classic one. A 2x2x3, a 3x3 sticker mod. The reason why I wanted this is because the first ever sticker mod I made was this, and it was like 10 years ago. There's the Sudacube 2. There's this puzzle right there, which I forget the name of. It's really cool though. It's like a time machine, but this is the time machine, so. And then you've got like a 3x3 shape mod, but a really cool 3x3 shape mod. A Void's Cube, a Bubbleoid, a Bubbleoid, then a giant gear cube. I was hoping to mod this, I might, so I'm gonna put a price, but if I don't sell it, it's fine. I've got 2 gear cubes right there, including the anisotropic cube, which has one face that isn't geared. And you've got a gear 5x5 right there, something I just wanted to see, but honestly it's just worthless. It still works, but it's technically a knockoff, which is not really cool. There's Oscar's gear shift, which is really nice. And then you've got like a face-turning octahedron, which is essentially a cube. You've got this Clover octahedron, face-turning octahedron, or corner-turning, I don't know, corner-turning. You've got a 4x4 octahedron, there you go. How can I not know how to say octahedron? I've been designing puzzles for like 10 years. There's a face-turning octahedron, then a dual tetrahedron 3x3, truncated dual tetrahedron 3x3, then there's the gem number 8, I think, which is face-turning and edge-turning, like this, and like that, right there. Darth Maul 2x2, Ready Barrel, and a Scube shape mod, which is called the Brick or the something, I forgot the name. It's one of the Tony Fisher designs from back in the day. Then there's this Kilominx in the shape of a sphere. Plenty of helicopter cubes. Those are really cool. And oh, I remember. I made a pun with this. This was I forgot. It's like the snowflake. Yeah, that was a snowflake or something. The Very Puzzle snowflake. But I don't remember the pun that I made. Anyways, doesn't matter. A 3x3 that's fully magnetic, and that looks really cool because, you know, you've got like dice, plenty of dice on it, and I really like this one. I don't know if I want to let it go, really. I don't think so. and plenty of puzzles. If you see one that you like, don't hesitate. I've got plenty of like magics, including one with Nyan Cat, and on the other side my old school, well, engineering school. And I've got this lock where you have to get this part off the lock. Then I've got this burr puzzle, a puzzle from Dutch Cube Day 2018, I think, and other, you know, wooden puzzles which I've never even opened for some, but this one is nice. So yeah, yeah, there's plenty of puzzles, but I just don't remember. And this is something I made like years ago, an impossible object where you've got like a nail that's stuck in there, and that was homemade, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, this is the totality of my collection. I think I did pretty good considering all the puzzles that I had to memorize. I just improvised this video, so I'm pretty proud of myself right now. Anyways, thank you guys for following me. If you watched this video until now, like, you're crazy, because I would never even follow that much of a, you know, that much of a video with a guy blabbering on and on about puzzles. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this. Again, if you want to buy some of those puzzles, don't hesitate to go check out the spreadsheet to see if they're still available. It's in the description below. And if there's a puzzle that you think you can't afford, don't hesitate to make an offer. I accept offers, like I can negotiate, I don't mind. So I just want to get rid of all this before I have to move and change houses or something. It's gonna be complicated. But my life is pretty damn complicated at the moment. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. I've got some pretty good ideas coming up.